Today's collectible spot, why we're having a look at the LEGO DC Universe Superheroes Set 76001, The Bat vs. Bane Tumbler Chase. The set features 368 pieces. It also contains 3 minifigures. You get yourself Commissioner Gordon. Of course you get Batman, as you would expect. And you also get Bane. Movie Bane, finally in a LEGO minifigure. One of the main reasons why Spot picked up this set. That, and I also think the Bat was a very cool vehicle. Up at the top you get your Christian Bale style Batman. LEGO Batman up the corner. Down at the bottom, the Dark Knight Rises logo. On the side, indicating those minifigures that are included. And also, if you weren't sure, that is the actual size of a minifigure, right there. We turn the package around. On the very back of the package, it shows several different things, indicating the cockpit can open and close the canopy, indicating that you can house both characters, both Gordon and Batman, in the cockpit there. It indicates that it clicks and moves up and down. I'm not sure what this is indicating here. I guess it's indicating that Batman must look forward, because he's looking at us right now, but the arrow is like, Batman, you need to look this way. This way allows you to fly. Looking the other way allows you to fly into a building. I guess it indicates that he's firing off a missile, but I think what I just said was a lot funnier. I'm just throwing it out there. It also indicates that Bane's tumbler also has flick fire missiles. And then here's a delightful little scene. I don't know if the tumbler, I guess, is still moving. Bane has just decided to jump out of the tumbler, thinking, I guess, these guardrails are just simply going to stop it. It's not going to stop it, Bane. You must know something about momentum, but at any rate, Spot's rambled on enough. What he is going to do is take a bit of a break. Of course, I'm going to get this put together, and when we come back, when everything has been put together, we're going to get a better look at set 76001, The Bat vs. Bane Tumbler Chase. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Included with the set, you get yourself a small comic. Now, the comic features Christian Bale Batman, and it also features Bane on the front, but it does also feature other characters from the new LEGO Superheroes universe. A very ecstatic Mr. Freeze. You can call him ecstatic. We've got Scarecrow, Penguin, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Joker. Up at the top there, we got Aquaman and a hooded Robin. In the back, there's the Bat. Inside, there's just a small comic, nothing really significant. The two-dimensional Arkham Asylum. I am looking forward to Spot. Hopefully, if he can find it, will pick this up and review it. I can't wait to get the Arkham Asylum set. And somehow Aquaman is involved. I don't know how that really works, but he's involved in the situation. Aquaman versus Mr. Freeze. That would be a kind of cool battle too. There's also this, which I'm hoping that's going to be a set. Some sort of bat ski boat, reminiscent almost of the Batman Returns movie. One of Spot's actually favorite Batman movie. And then on the back, Bane and Batman dueling it out. And on the back, some advertisements. Interesting. Very interesting. Of course, aside from the comic, you also get your standard variety manuals. You get Manual 1, Manual 2. Both manuals will allow you to build this, so don't lose these, whatever you do. Let's have a look at the actual sets. Let's start first with the minifigures that come with this set. Actually, let's grab Batman first. You get yourself Batman. There he is right there, Batman. For some reason, LEGO decides that they want to give the Batman from the movie series, they always seem to give him like a gray outfit. Gray outfit with black gloves. Surprisingly, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. If it was just all black, you know, we've kind of already gotten that before. This is just different. I like it. I like it a lot. Gray and black always works for me for Batman. Take the head off, the mask off. There's the Christian Bale. It's really just Bruce Wayne head that they always use. And on the back, Angry Batman. Angry Batman. It does look, however, like the mask is the exact same as what we've gotten with all the other Batmans, so they're not different, where, you know, you would have a Batman minifigure head from the Nolan universe, and it looks different than the other Batmans. They're all the same Batmans, sadly. There is back printing on the Batman minifigure. So I like that. I like this Batman. Pretty good job, Lego. Pretty good job. You also get yourself Commissioner Gordon. I've got a little handgun that he came with in his hand. Obviously no back printing, but he does have angry or determined or panicked. Maybe he's getting into the bat pod by himself. He's like, oh God, I can't fly this. I kind of like that one a little bit more. So there you have Commissioner Gordon. And lastly, again, for me, the real cool part of this set, you get a Bane minifigure. Now, before you immediately stop this review and go out there and get this set, think to yourself, when the credits are done, when the reviews are done, when this review is done, you have my permission to buy. You see what I did there? It would probably sound better if Bane did that. You have my... I can't do Bane, so... I really like this Bane figure a lot. A lot. The one thing I really don't like about the figure, sadly, is he has printing on the front, turn him around, printing on the back of his head, of course printing on the front. Why they could not have continued that completely over, because it just kind of looks like he's wearing a mask. Or have this continue completely around. I don't know why specifically Lego does that, but I would have loved if this mask had continued all the way up, colored the top piece of the Lego minifigure head, and then come all the way to the back. Then it would have just looked correct. Right now it looks good, but this big vacant flesh colored part of his head just kind of looks weird. Looks a little weird to me. I'm just throwing that out there. It just looks a little weird. So those are your Lego minifigures. I think having gotten Bane, I think is really cool. I like that. And I really dig the Batman. Commissioner Gordon, obviously, I'm not going to sell him short. He's good as well. But those are your minifigures. The smaller parts of the build. You get yourself 2 police railings. There's not really much to them. You get 2 of them at least. That supposedly is to block off a police area. You would hope preventing the tumbler from getting through, but we know tumbler is just going to plow through it anyways. Speaking of the tumbler, here we have the new tumbler, the new Lego tumbler. I'm just going to adjust my lighting here. There we go. The new Lego tumbler, much smaller than the original tumbler that we got from the, I'm trying to remember what the set was. It was like the ice cream truck chase. It had a Joker. It was a much, obviously, beefier, larger tumbler. Very expensive set to get now. I think even on eBay, you're probably expecting to pay anywhere from $300 to $500. If you ask me, that's only more reason for Lego to re-release these sets. I don't know why Lego doesn't re-release these sets. It's like they make them and then they completely just... It's like Mission Impossible. They just disavow the fact that these sets ever existed and they just move on. I guess they streamline it. This tumbler is much more cost effective to make and sell versus what we got, the initial tumbler. On a smaller scale, I like this. I think they did a really, really good job. The one thing I really don't like is the tires. I wish the tires had actually been larger. They don't, you need those wide tumbler tires that, stretch across, but I don't know why we didn't get those. We get a much more basic version of them. But the one thing that was really interesting about the tumbler is the tumbler's made up of components. Obviously, it's a Lego set spot, that's the way it goes. But when you start building it, it doesn't quite look like it's going to come together as a tumbler. And even when you're putting these little pieces on, like this piece here, I'm just going to, can I actually take this piece off? This piece right here, obviously, any Lego collector knows this piece gets used a lot. Usually it's always like a back piece of a chair. But when you put that stuff on, you think to yourself, I don't know how this is going to come together as a tumbler, but then they just put all the pieces in there, and before you know it, it fits the shape of the tumbler. And I think that looks really decent. At the bottom, there's a sticker application and sticker application at the top of somewhat of Bane's mask going on there. If you are wondering, yes, it does open. First of all, the side panels can move in and out, but the top canopy can open of the tumbler. You can take Bane, there's Bane right there, you can take Bane and put him into his chair, close it off, and then you got Bane in his tumbler. The top flaps can move up and down as well. You can also flip these up, like so, and the tumbler has 2 flick fire missiles, right there and right there. You just have to squeeze them, well, just pop the back and it fires the missiles. Not the greatest to get the clearance on them. You're probably not going to get as much clearance as you would with other flick fire missiles, but I like the fact that at least they're there and you can conceal them. Just tuck them at the side of the tires. You got like a little flame going on there. I like this turbine piece. I'm just going to point this out here for no other reason than just because I like it. There's this little new turbo thruster jet piece. I really like that new piece. I think it's new. If it isn't, well, that's I made a mistake. But that looks like definitely a neat new accessory piece. And then there's some sticker application on the side. The only thing I can really say for Lego is if you're going to scale this down to a much more cost-effective version of the tumbler, I hope they re-release this mold, not really this mold, but this setup in a black version as well. And then we can get a tumbler not only for Bane, but then of course Batman. So I like the tumbler quite a bit. Now, I think I like the original tumbler better, but as a much cheaper version of the tumbler, I dig this. I dig it. Moving along to, I guess, the main attraction, we got ourselves the Bat. This was an interesting build to say the least. Wasn't quite sure where it was going to go, but I think the end result is a really, really neat looking vehicle. We got the propellers on the back going on there. Propellers going on the front that are movable as well. You have your flick fire missiles right there. They fire a little bit better than the tumbler did. Let's put those back there. These are all ratcheted pieces too, so you can extend the wings out. You can extend these out as well. And you can also rotate them. You may not necessarily need to do that, as I'm sure once you get your Bat in a position that you would like, you're probably likely just going to leave it as is. I probably would just have it like that, or have it a little more angled down. Kind of like that, maybe. You also have top wing pieces that are on that you can rotate as well. Rotate up and down, up and down. And you have little side front flaps that move up and down as well. As for the back piece, there is a tail section, also which will allow you to move up and down, and these little panels can move also. Overall, I think this is just a really neat set. The Bat, luckily, for this set, it was relatively inexpensive. It wasn't too much. In fact, I think Spot paid a little over $50 for it. But if you compare it to some of the larger sets that we've gotten in the past, the fact that you get both vehicles and you get, 3 minifigures out of it, I think overall I think we got out pretty good. I think we got pretty good for what we got in this set. There's some sticker application on the front, the Bat signal, some sticker application on the top, and on the back, the Bat there. The canopy can open, and inside is your cockpit with a little readout display. We can take Batman, put him in the seat, like so, close it up, and there's actually like a little cable as well. Now, this would have been a really cool set if they had actually included the bomb from the movie. Then you can have actually had the Bat with the bomb. Sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb. And you can act out the final scenes in the movie. Of course, debate. Batman didn't die! Batman totally died. No, he didn't! Yes, he did. Again, the verdict, we will never know for sure. I happen to think that Batman did not survive, being that it was the end of the Nolan trilogy, and Nolan wanted to end the character and end the story that he was telling. But it's your discretion. You can, you know, you can perceive it any which way you want. That's the beauty of imagination. But I really like this set. I really like the bat and a much smaller version of the tumbler. You really can't go wrong with it. $50 or $50 to $60, depending on where you find this from, I think is a relatively good price for the fact that you get the vehicles that you get. Plus you get a Bane. I mean, that's win-win for me. This set as a whole, if I could give it a rating, I would probably give it a rating of an 8 out of 10. And if you can find it, and you're a big fan of the Lego Batman series in the past, I definitely would say pick this setup if you can. Today's collectible spot, while we were having a look at the DC Universe Superheroes set 76001, and we were having a look, just looking off camera here, we were having a look at the Bat versus Bane Tumbler Chase. I actually have the box over there. Thanks for watching as you always do, guys. Certainly stick around. There are more collectible spots. There are also more Lego spots heading your way. More Lego, glorious Lego to come. But in the meantime, I'm going to wrap this up here. I'll see you guys next time.